So, my name is Al Clapper and I will be your master of ceremonies for the evening. I've always wanted to be... Yeah. So, we're gathered here to celebrate the Echoes of Sophiatown. Many of us know Ella Fitzgerald and Duke Ellington and Count Basie as the original swing, but apparently, and I only just found this out as well, we had our own swing movement here in South Africa between the 30s and the 50s. So I'm going to invite one of the project coordinators, Brendan Argent, to come tell us a little bit more about that. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Master Clapper. Thank you very much. I have a few notes. I hope you will indulge me. Welcome everybody. I am so excited to be here. It's been a long journey getting to this point. For those of you that are not part of the Swing Dancing Festival that's going on at the moment, we are in the middle of Mother City Hop, South Africa's 4th annual Swing Dancing Festival. And we invite dancers from all around the world to come and dance with us here and explore our beautiful city. So we have, as Master Clapper told us, 28 countries represented here. A big welcome to all of you who came so far. And I know some of you were excited for this music. And a huge thank you to our local crowd. I know it's a big contingent, and it's fantastic to have your support on this project. And a third group that I really want to thank, and I know it's quite a big selection of you, is those that supported our Indiegogo campaign that made this possible. So in October last year, we raised R250,000 rand to make this project. And we've been spending that swiftly over the last few months. And this is the culmination of that work that you supported, that you made possible. So it's a huge thank you. And I want to just give a big round of applause for everybody who pre-bought a CD, who bought a ticket to this event, who came to support us. Thank you so much. This music was music to dance to. It wasn't lounge jazz or something to sit and listen to. It was something that is going to get your foot tapping, it's going to get your body moving. So please, allow your body to take you onto the dance floor and feel free to ask any of us to dance. I would love to dance with you. This project, I just want to tell you about the 3 components. The first is the music. So the music of America, this jazz, resonated in South Africa, particularly in the township areas like District 6, like Sophiatown and like Alexandria. And a lot of the tunes, we're going to talk a little bit more about the stories with each of the tunes and try and give you some more context. But this music was really oppressed, and under the apartheid regime, it was associated with the rise of black consciousness. It was censored, it was prevented from being recorded, it was systematically destroyed, including the burning of an entire archive of this music for an insurance claim, because it was not considered something that was valuable. And I think it's really tragic that it has come to this point, and I think we have this opportunity now in this point in time to try and save a piece of this music. So this project was first and foremost about the music, and we have selected, of all the music we've been able to find and scrape together out of some personal collections, we've selected 30 songs which were then funded by this program, transcribed. We have a team, 2 of the guys in the band, we'll introduce them a bit later, that helped transcribe this music, write the notes out for each of the musicians so that we can play this music live. The music has then been recorded. We spent an amazing few days in a recording studio, and we put 12 of those tracks down on a CD, which is now available. So that's the musical side of things, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. We have also commissioned an exhibition of artwork, and the Young Blood Gallery, which is just on Bree Street, has helped us put together artwork inspired by this music, inspired by Sophiatown, inspired by the stories of this music and how it's come to where it is now. And you can go and have a look. It's going to be up there for the rest of the month. There's some really beautiful artwork that captures, for me at least, some of the feeling. There's some beautiful portraits of the musicians. There's just the feeling of the dancing and the music, and I really encourage you to go and have a look. It's quite a beautiful exhibition. So that's the artwork side. And then the last piece is the stories. The last of these artists are parting away. The last people that know about these songs, what the story was behind them, how they used to dance these music. They are very old. They are hard to find, and few of them are left. And so the last part of this project is to try and capture these stories. And Sarah, who's been coordinating this project with me, went together to the District 6, to this Sophiatown, the Mix Centre in Johannesburg, and through them we met with 5 of the original residents from Sophiatown, and we spoke to them. We did some long interviews with them about what it was like hearing this music, what it was like being forced out of their homes, what it was like having bulldozers come through and destroy everything that they had, what it was like having been moved out of the place that they were born into a place with no facilities, with no schools, with no jobs. For some of them that meant being forced into crime. One of the guys was arrested for stealing bread. He went to jail for 12 years. He came out incredibly, went back to school, finished his school, went to university, scraped together the funds, and his children are busy graduating with a doctorate degree in music at the moment. And it's quite incredible how some of these people have fought and have come out on top, but the number of challenges they faced was quite incredible to hear. It was also magical to hear how they used to borrow their father's suit to try and listen to the Manhattan Brothers when they played, because those guys dressed up seriously tight. And to hear them what it was like in a really difficult time, in a dangerous area, to go out at night to a shebeen and dance to this music, and what a light it was for them in their lives. You go to capetownswing.co.za, there's an Echoes of Sophiatown section, and we're busy populating that with some blog posts about who these musicians were, what it was like living in places like Sophiatown. So those are the 3 elements of the project that I just wanted to mention. A couple of things I just wanted to reflect on, the appropriateness of the space. We are in the District 6 Memorial Homecoming Centre, and there's some amazing artworks and some information pieces on the walls. I encourage you to have a look around. They've done an amazing job trying to save some of the bits and pieces that were left over when District 6 was destroyed. And District 6 had a very similar storyline to what happened in Sophiatown, which is the name of our project. Amazing jazz that was being made, again, a mix of cultures that was destroyed for no reason, except because it stood on some white people's toes. And for me, I think that's the other thing I wanted to touch on, is just the place of privilege that we are in. We have come to a beautiful venue, we have beautiful food and music. There's no risk of police rushing in here and shutting the place down. We are safe in a space that is not the case that it was in the 1950s and the 1960s. And especially also to acknowledge my own whiteness. I stand here as a white male, very privileged, very educated, very fortunate person. And as much as I would have liked this project to have been run by some other people, I also stand in a space where I have the time and the resources and the network to bring this kind of project together. And I think it would be a dereliction of our duty to this music and to this dance that we didn't take the opportunity that we had. And so I would like to acknowledge in the awkward way that I'm able that this is not how it ideally should have been done. And we've already had some people suggest that what we're doing is cultural appropriation, and we are trying really as hard as we can to make sure that this is about the original musicians. It's about bringing this voice that was stamped out, bringing it back to life. It's not about me standing here or about the team, and I hope that comes across in what we try to do. I want to end with a question, and I will give you my take on an answer, but I hope that you can answer this yourselves. Why have we embarked on this project to try and bring this music back to life? And for me, a little piece of that answer that I've been struggling to put to words, at least in the last few days, has been because music speaks to us in a way that words cannot. When we were selecting these songs, we made the selections before we had finished the translations. And it was amazing to me, the songs that we selected, just based on how they sounded, were exactly the political songs whose lyrics spoke to the forced removals, that spoke to the value of music and culture. And I don't think it's coincidence. It is this music that speaks to us in a way that words cannot. I do not speak Zulu, I do not speak Xhosa, but hearing those lyrics, hearing the music that it was in part with, the rhythm and the melodies, communicated to me something of what it felt like to be in that space. And for me, that is the real value of music and of history and of culture that is not perhaps given the space that it should. So that's part of my answer. Part of my answer is also because I love to dance, and this music makes me want to move, it makes me want to dance. But I would like you to reflect on that, like, why is this music important? And how does that affect what we do? Because music is political, and dancing is political. And when you get up to dance to this music, it's an action, it's a political action. And I don't think that's something that we can forget as we do this. So I want to welcome the band to come up on stage behind me. And I'll just talk about them for a few minutes. I've had an amazing privilege to work with these musicians. We've been playing together for almost 2 years now, and especially focused on the South African music for the last few months. They've given up an enormous amount of time in long rehearsals, in transcribing the music, in getting to know it, learning the lyrics, learning the parts, and trying to play it in a way that really does justice to the artists that play these songs. Some of you have heard them in the last few weeks. We've had a couple of gigs trialing some of these songs, but there's a good few songs that have never been played since the 1940s or 50s live. I'm going to get out the way now and pass over to these musicians, the Pebble Shakers, and Master Tap. I'm going to give it back to you in just a moment. The name of the band comes from the fact that in the shebeens, at least according to the writings that we found, often instruments were difficult to come by, and in the rhythm section they would chuck some pebbles in a can and shake that, and that would be part of the rhythm section. And so the Pebble Shakers, that's where the name comes from. And I'm going to hand over to them to bring back the sounds of the 1940s and 50s from South Africa. Thank you very much.